Well, it's Thanksgiving Eve, and guy walked in here today, and my heart just opened up because last night the Stitch and Sew ladies were here, and they came in, they made banners, and you won't be able, probably can't see them today, but when you see the church tomorrow, whether you're here or online, there's just some beautiful, colorful banners along the front wall, and I just thank you so much for lightening up the sanctuary. And this is my Thanksgiving tree. And kind of like Thanksgiving this year, it's going to be a little emptier than usual, but every day to put a blessing on there. And there's the star of hope, and a lot to be thankful for in the midst of all the stuff that has been kind of taken away from us. You know, it's easy, I'm not sure how you are, it's easy to romanticize the past, maybe especially now when we're going through such a tough time, but you know, people always tell me, and Don, when you start talking about your mom and your dad and your grandparents, we take what you say and we divide by 3, and the truth is in there somewhere. And it's true, because you know, when you tell stories, it's not necessarily the literal story, it's the love and the spirit with which the story is told. And that's kind of the way that I like to read the Bible, especially the stories of Jesus, because sometimes you get, did Jesus really do that? How could that possibly happen? But we know that for years and years, nobody wrote anything down. People just talked about this humble carpenter and what he meant to them. And the miracles of the Spirit. And it's not about the literal story. It's about the faith of the people that told the stories. And that's where the power is. And so when you tell stories about your life and we talk about the stories of people we love, the truth is in the spirit. It's in the love. It's in the goodness. You know, there's a couple of things that I know I'm going to miss this Thanksgiving, but hopefully miss them in a positive way. Number one, I'm going to miss the big table. You know, the banquet table with the grandkids fighting and a lot of noise and a lot of laughter. And you know, we always, at least when Peg and I got together, the night before Thanksgiving, we got all of our kids together, you know, both sides of the family, and it was nuts, but it was beautifully nuts. And this Thanksgiving, going to have this nice big turkey, and it's going to be me and Peggy and Q. But the spirits of those we love will be with us. Yes, I'm going to miss the noise and the chaos and miss seeing the people I'm closest to, but I know they're in my heart, and that's where they belong. The other thing Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday. And I've talked about that almost ad nauseum in my Thanksgiving sermons over the years. Because to me, Thanksgiving is a simple holiday. It's not about gifts and it's not about presents. Thanksgiving is about being thankful for those we love. And at Thanksgiving, I miss people the most. And probably the people I miss the most, even though I can't really say who is it on top, or the two I miss the most are my mom and my grandmother. Because I just remember them on Thanksgiving Day and those Thanksgiving dinners in Roseland. And the turkey and the dressing and the simplicity and my grandmother's big apron. I'm not sure what she had in that apron. She had like 3 days worth of clothes in those pockets. It was just, but the boiling coffee and the plastic on the furniture and all those things that made their home special. And I remember when my mom got sick and she died fairly young. You know, my grandmother was still healthy and she would take the bus from Chicago into Glen Ellen. And she would come to the house and she would roll up her sleeves and she would clean the house and take care of my mom. And it was just her passion for my mom and her passion for helping out and giving was something I will never forget. And I still think of my grandfather, you know, and he was a rough carpenter. And he didn't start driving till late. And they bought this 1955 Chevy and I thought they were so rich. And whenever he would take me fishing with the bamboo fishing pole on Lake Michigan, I said, wow, how come my grandparents afford all this stuff? And I realized that they are the ones that taught me what it means to be rich. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 11. God will always make you rich enough to be generous at all times. And they taught me that being rich is not about how much. That being rich doesn't have a dollar sign. That being rich is that spirit of giving unto others from the very depth and even the very poverty of who you are. I knew when my grandparents passed away, they didn't really have anything, but they were always taking what they had to make our life a little bit more fun and a little bit better. Today, as we continue through this pandemic and as the pandemic turns our lives and our holidays upside down, I'm going to try to reach deep down inside my soul and roll up my sleeves every day and take some time to say thanks for the blessings that I have. And maybe we can take our hardship and our struggles and use our journey to reach out, and we'll get through this thing together. Yep, being rich is about taking what we have, the spirit, the goodness, the love, and the care, and spreading it out on that banquet table of life and helping each one of us together get through this journey. I'll be thinking a lot about you. The thought for the day will be the worship service tomorrow at 10 o'clock. But most of all, lots of love to you. And thanks for all the goodness and the faith that you bring into the world. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.